What's happening, YouTube?
I'm Mitchell.
And I'm Jamie.
And combined, we have got about 10 years in the fitness industry.
And 20 years experience on the gym floor. And today we are going to chat about why it is extremely difficult and so many people struggle to actually stay lean after dieting. Like, obviously, it can be it's easy by any means, but a straightforward process to actually get lean initially, drop the weight, but why actually staying there is so fucking difficult. And our own experiences and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, we've been there. You've probably been there.
Aye.
Many people, it's one of those things where you think it's simple until you're in it.
Aye.
Yeah, and then,
There's also a huge element of like, once you're actually lean, you think you're fucking Superman.
yeah, absolutely.
You think you're Superman, you're like, oh, that's me lean. I'm good. I don't need anything else now. That's me. But I've been there many times where, like, I think the first time I did it 2022, and I'm just sitting looking in the mirror and you're like, oh, that's me, invincible now. Like, can eat what I want, and then literally within 3 weeks you're 5 kg up. You've seen it many times, man.
After my photo shoot in 2024, within 4 weeks of it finishing, I was up 10 kilo.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, man.
It's a big bloated fat mess.
Aye, that's crazy.
It's like I was probably at 10% body fat and then just shot.
Aye, skyrockets, innit?
So we're going to make sure that you don't make the same mistakes that we
Yes.
did.
So the first thing I would say is, like, when this happens, like, the most common thing is, like, don't abandon the plan, right? Don't just like you've stuck to the plan, you've stuck to the structure, you've adhered to it all the way up to the point where you're lean, and then you just go, right, that's me, abandon the plan, show's over, and then you're just like you're just kind of like back to your old habits, because that literally will just send you right fucking back.
Yeah.
Right back.
Yeah, I agree.
It really will. So the number one, well, there's kind of two options you can go on it. Like, depends what you're going to do after you've actually got in the shape you want to be in. Let's say you want to get really lean. Let's say that is like 8-10% body fat. You're either going to grow, aren't you, or you're going to reverse and maintain.
Yeah.
So your reverse and maintain, I would say, is always going to be. It's a scary process. It's a scary process. Like, sometimes when you've worked so hard to actually lose the weight in it, initially, like, the thought of even eating more food is like, well, I'll just get fat then.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put weight back on.
Yeah. The body's in such a prime position at that point that you can easily add in 500 plus calories
100%.
immediately, and there's a slight chance that you might actually still continue to lose a bit of weight.
Aye. Aye.
Because when your body gets given, so calories, energy, your body gets given more energy, in turn you burn more energy.
Mm-hmm.
And through that you can almost go through even a little bit of a recomp. But the main thing is you actually get some food in the system and kind of scratch that first itch.
Aye.
Because that's kind of what you're thinking about when the diet ends, is you're like, right, I can't wait to have a bit of this freedom. So you need that initial like injection of food, but not too much and not too many off plans.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
Yeah.
I think as well, like, as soon as you put that food in after the diet, which again is it's the scariest thing ever sometimes, but like cortisol drops, fatigue drops, and that's why sometimes you actually continuously see that shift in body weight still.
Yep. You've not got that stress of I've dieting anymore.
diet, new lows, chasing it, and then just bang, stop, which is again why it's scary. But I think as well, like, a lot of the time, if you're maybe as well, what are most people dying for? It's like a holiday, a beach holiday, something like that, right?
Yep.
And then you're going on the holiday and you just fucking let loose.
Especially if you're going like a party holiday, like an Ibiza.
Aye.
You come back lighter than you went, right? Like, you look awful.
I know. Like, you're literally like you're in let loose mode at that point. And sometimes it can be difficult to manage, I would say, which is why I would always say as well, like, see if you are dieting for something specific like holiday, I'm sure you probably do this with clients as well, where, like, try if possible, you're trying to avoid, aren't you, like, dieting right up to the fucking wire.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because then you can literally, like, you can let's say it's even like a few days, at least maybe like a week, 2 weeks, where you can just bump the food up back up to maintenance, and then it's going to be
I like
about
a week.
A
week before, and that's when the diet ends, and that way you've got a bit of time to put some food in, drop off some fatigue, and just kind of get rid of that initial, like, you've dieted all the way down, then you're on holiday the next day, and see as well, your body, when you have dieted down, your body is so sensitive, and if you just go right into the drinking, eating all this food, you will blow up pretty quickly. Whereas if you just have that initial wee bit of food beforehand, it can go a long way.
It's primed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like your body's primed by that point. But yeah, I think like it's how you frame the structure of it. Like the key thing is like and this is why people chat about it as well. Like, try and not treat it as just like you're only going to dial in for the diet.
Yep.
Try and stay like dialed in. Of course, it's not going to feel the same, right? You're not going to have that same element of lock in the rest of the year. Well, some people might, but lifestyle, like me and you,
don't.
no, neither the fuck they are. So you're certainly not going to happen. But like, at least try and keep the main basic staple habits.
Yep.
And that just that on its own, mate, I would say is going to make a huge impact.
See, one thing that I've saw with me and with clients is mindset within the diet about thinking about after the diet, because you can get so easy to get caught up in what's happening after that. I can't wait till the diet's over. I can eat food. I can have a bit more freedom, more this, more that. That when it happens, you have no idea. You've checked out of the diet. Never mind when the diet's over. How are you going to try bring that back into like being in control, if that makes sense?
Aye.
Like, because you've just thought about finishing the diet, now it's over. You're basically, because you've mentally checked out, you're just so much more susceptible to just go off and eat like total shit. Whereas if you think when you're in the diet, it's just a slight change in food. Just that you're still dieting, you're just dieting on higher food.
Yeah,
like
essentially,
and switching the mindset a little bit.
Because like people talk about like, oh yeah, I'm on a diet. Well, essentially, like if you're about to stay in shape, you always be on a diet.
Yeah,
you always be on a diet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You're always on a diet.
Aye.
But some of your diets are shit.
Sometimes your diet's shit. Aye, basically, mate. Aye. But I think that's exactly it, man. It's just a case of like trying to maintain at least some of the kind of basic structure in it. Like when I've done my first ever reverse diet, I done in 2021. Aye, 2021. I done my first ever reverse diet in 2021, and I was fucking shit scared, mate.
Yeah.
And my coach was bumping my calories up, and I obviously went with the goal of I didn't have a great relationship with food in that at the time. I hated how I looked, and I went to the gym without really much like kind of. I went to the gym and I liked it. But I looked like trash. So I went and I was like, oh, I'll
trash? You're American?
I look garbage, mate. Trash.
I looked like a dumpster can.
And basically, like, I went with this goal and I like lose weight. And
I've swapped them about.
what are you up to? So you have? You still another water?
Over there.
And then I basically like, and my coach put me through this reverse diet. He's putting my calories up, and I'm like, oh my god, no! I'm like, I don't want to do this. Like, I'm going to end up getting fat. And
I was the total opposite. I was like, fuck, man. I was like starving. I think
there was a small element of that.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, this is great. I'm eating all this food, but also I'm like, oh no, I'm obviously going to gain weight.
Yeah.
This is what so many people think.
You see that very prominently in females. That's what I've noticed with my female clients. They're like, oh no, I can't eat more. And it's like, no, like you need to, especially probably more with females with your hormones, your hormone balance. Like
100%, mate.
Because if you're female and you're dieting down quite a lot, you can lose your cycle.
Aye.
You need to get that back if you have lost it.
Yeah.
And that could be a big factor. But you need food. Like dieting on really low calories isn't something that should be sustained for a long period of time.
Definitely not, mate.
So you need to get some calories back in. So don't be scared. Don't be scared. You need food. You need to eat.
Definitely, man. I think as well that like that is how you, and it is what I done. I ended up in just such a terrible cycles. I'm sure many people have, where you're like you're trying to stay on that low food because you're like maybe you keep going out, or maybe you're like, oh, but I still need to lose weight, and then you're just sat on like rabbit food for all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like eating fresh air. So
just standing outside in the sun, just like a plant photosynthesis.
Literally transparent. But until you actually make that shift, and until you kind of like grab a situation with the balls, basically, and get some extra food and get some calories up, like through like a structured reverse.
Yep.
You will be stuck.
Yep. I think a good rule of thumb is an initial 500 probably to 800 initial bump in calories, and then from there it's just depending week on week. If your weight's depending how your weight's moving, then you would increase food or not. If your weight's already going up, cool, just hold steady. But don't drive your weight up too much. Like, you don't want to be gaining like maybe an initial kilo or two, but you shouldn't be doing that weekly. It should be a lot slower than that. Like, I'd say anywhere from 0.3 to 0.5 a week.
The more
higher
conservative,
end.
the better.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah, definitely. And then also when you do, say you're, for example, 75 kilo, you initially go up to 77, hold for a couple of weeks, solidify, and then maybe push back up. And this process could probably take, usually for me and clients, it takes like 6 to 8 weeks.
Aye,
And then
something
you
like
can
that.
start to push on. But just always small increments, that's the best way to go.
I think it's like it's a cliche saying, mate, but like small and steady wins the race. It literally does. And I think as well, something I always explain as best I can to the clients as well, is like once you finish a diet, your scale weight will go up regardless, because as soon as if you put food in and stop your expenditure, let's say you're barring out like 12,000 steps a day, 15,000 steps a day, all that kind of stuff, yes, initially you might get a bit of cortisol and kind of inflammation drop off, but once you start to consistently eat that food, your body weight will increase, gut content, glycogen, water balance, like your body just naturally holding a little bit extra water for that food.
Just from food volume, like if you go from eating 1,800 calories to within a few weeks you're eating now 2,500 calories, that's just a literal extra plates of food that has been, and it's in your body. Like,
you will be heavier.
Yeah.
Aye. And it's sometimes it's tough to see the number on the scale.
Yep.
But it's literally almost a physical impossibility for it to be body fat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Pretty much.
Unless you do what I done.
Aye.
And it will be body fat.
Yeah, literally.
I think that's...
So yeah, don't fall into that trap. That's pretty much us.
Yeah.
Wrap up with that.
Thanks for watching.
Cheers.
Have a good one.